Guys! I haven't made a video in a really long time, so I decided I would update you guys. On my home stretch, I'm planning to get my braces off in 6 months. If not sooner, I'm banking on sooner because I'm really sick of these things. And my teeth are straight. See? All my orthodontist has to do still is to close up some spaces. And then he'll take them off for me, and I'm really excited. Yeah, that's all I really have to say, but I've decided that on this video that I was going to tell you guys some really funny stories about my recovery. So it was about 2 days post-op, and I was still in the hospital, and so I apparently had this, what's it called, post-op appointment at my oral surgeon's office, and it was connected to the hospital. Sorry, my face is really itchy. Probably has to do with that cat. So yeah, I had this appointment, and the escort guy came and was like, okay, we're ready to take you to your appointment. And nobody told us anything, no warning at all. And I was extremely swollen. I was like, what? I was really sleepy and still high off the drugs and stuff. So we eventually got up there, and while we were going up there, the guy didn't know where he was going, so I had to tell him, me of all people, that way, that way, that way, that way, all this stuff, he didn't know where he was going, so it was really funny. And on the way up there, he turns to my mom and was like, so what happened? Did she have a few teeth pulled? I don't remember if I told you guys, but I had my top jaw moved up, my bottom jaw moved out, and my chin moved out as well. And I had millions of tons of metal in my face, not even kidding you. And all I could say was, so should I have a few teeth pulled? He was completely serious too, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. And so yeah, that was all pretty awkward and pretty funny. And then, so yeah, I went home the next day probably, and hold on, sorry. Okay. And then after my first week post-op appointment, I got the okay to eat food that I didn't chew, so mashed potatoes and stuff. I was allowed to take my rubber bands off to eat and whatnot. And so afterwards, my mom and I went to the grocery store. I obviously stayed in the car because I was not functionable. And when she came out it felt like an hour and a half later. She took forever. But when she came out, she brought this hot broccoli and cheese soup, and she gave it to me and said, hey, look. And I just took it in my hands like this, and I started crying, no joke. The anesthesia must have just been in my system still, and I was just like, it's so beautiful. And it was really funny, because I don't even know what made us all laugh. Needless to say, it still wasn't really able to eat it, which was kind of sad, because at that point I couldn't even get a spoon in my mouth. I could only open my mouth this wide. So, and plus with a splint, it's next to impossible to eat with that thing. And yeah, that's all of my really funny stories. But That's all I really have to. So I can't believe this is already at 5 minutes. I will do some quick profile shots. Alright. Hold on. Bye. Could you say bye? Bye. See you later.